discuss about the if-else statements, or you can say conditionals, condition statements basically in Python. Oh yeah, video is too late, but focus. Okay, if-else statements are basically like if this happened, then do this. If not, then do something. What is this? Nothing, something. Mind me. Then do something. Yeah. Then do something else. Basically, we are just checking if a condition is true. So if a certain condition is true, then we have to perform something, and if not, we'll do something else. So let's just check out. By the way, let me know if you can clearly see it, because your eyes are so small. Let me just bigger the font size. Maybe that's good. Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah, that's perfect, I guess. Okay, so let's just declare a variable age, and let's just set it to 18 or something. Okay, for this time, let's just 18. Now the syntax is pretty simple. We just type if, you see, and not this red line, this orange if. This shows that it's a different color code. It's a keyword in Python, and you can just read about this if statement. I'll leave it to you. Okay, the syntax is pretty much like we will check. Okay, let me just add a comment that we are making a vote predictor, or you can say vote checker. Means basically if you are eligible or not to cast a vote, and in India it's should be greater than or equals to 18 years. Okay, so our age is 18, so technically we should cast vote, but I will not. Okay, I'll just see the syntax. So if age is greater than equal to, remember this condition, it should be greater than or equal to 18, then a semicolon. Oh, not semicolon, it's colon. Yes, a colon. This is the syntax for if statement, and what we want to do, we'll put just enter, and you see we got automatically indented this much, 4 spaces or 5, I don't know, actually 1 tab space. If you don't do this and write something like, let's say print age, you see a red arrow, and if I remove this, it will go. So indentation is very important in Python. You just remember that Python is a case sensitive. That means if you write this small p keyword of print as capital, it will show an error. Okay, so it means this is case sensitive, and also this is very indentation prone. Means beginner software developers or anyone who learns to code mistakes this of not leaving the indentation. Okay, where are we? Oh yeah, we are on the age. If our age is greater than 18, we should print can cast, can cast vote, anything like this. Hooray. Okay, and let's just run this. As our age is 18, so it should fulfill the condition given here. This is the condition, by the way. Oops. Yeah, this is the condition. Age should be greater than 18. Then it will print this. It's let me just run this and then we'll talk a little more. Oh yeah. Yeah. We get can cast vote. Okay. So we can cast vote. So how is this basically working? Let me tell you. Let me also write the else block. These are basically like if and else are blocks. So else is pretty simple. It has no condition. As this condition, if this condition falls, it automatically run the code inside this block. So we'll print here, sorry, you can't what. Perfect. But now let's just change this age to, let's say, something 12 and see now what happened. And then I will explain the code to you. Okay. Oh yeah. So we get, sorry, you can't vote. So this else block code has run. Okay. Now let's just understand the concept, or you can say logic behind this. So we have initialized our variable age as 12, and then we are checking it. Actually, you already know that Python is an interpreted language. That means it checks each code line by line. It also checks these lines, but as they are commented, so it just leave them and starts from here. I mean, not start from here, start from above, but leave them. So it first check, okay, this is a variable, I don't have to do anything, but it may get in work, so I will register it under my memory. Okay, so age 12 variable, so good so far, no problem. Then it goes down to line number 6 and check, oh, there's a condition. So let's see if the condition is true, then we have to go to the next line. Okay, so what's the condition? Is if age is greater than or equals to 18. Wait, what age is? We have stored the age in the above line, so let's check that. It then checks the age is like 12, and then it simply, oh, whose bullet is this? Yep. So it checks that age was 12 in the previous line, and here it's asking that do this code, run this code, can cast vote if age is greater than or equals to 18, which in this case is false. So as the condition didn't met, so it will move to next line, and it's solved a new else block. So it just run the code inside it, because if this doesn't work according to code, the interpreter will run this code, which is, sorry, oh no, sorry, you can't vote. Okay, it's very simple. Let me just make it a bit more, clear, or you can see user friendly. Let's just add a age difference that will be 18 minus age. Okay, and let me just type here, let me just rename this, sorry, can't vote, yeah, try after, okay, age different years. You might be wondering what's happening, so let me just run this. Okay, oh yeah, so it's saying bigger, yeah, sorry, you can't vote, try after 6 years. So you see, it's basically, if you add 6 to the 12, you got 18. Okay, So you should wait for 6 years. That's a good funny prompt. Hope you got the idea of basic if else. Okay, let me just also give one more example, then it will be clear to you very much. Okay, now we'll just deal with the temperature, or you can say water. No, water state at different temperatures. Okay, now my spelling type error. Temp for sure. Okay, so for that, I mean, what we are gonna do, we'll just gonna do write a code that will tell by seeing the temperature whether the state of the water should be liquid, solid, or gas. So we have 3 conditions to meet. Okay, so let's just make a variable temp, and let's just set it to 30 degree. And by the way, what's at temperature 30 degree? Again. Yeah. So at 30 degree temperature, water is, let's just type here. Oh, no. Liquid. Okay, that's pretty easy. Let's just write the condition if temp is, let's say, greater than 0, and then we'll print, okay, not greater than only 0, and what is this? Yeah, and temp is less than 100. Yeah, that's a good question. Good statement. Okay, let me just, can we do this? Yeah, we can do this also, but that's optional. Okay, so if temperature is greater than 0 but less than 100, then it will be liquid. Okay. So basically this temperature is greater than 0 but it's less than 100. Okay, so this will print this else. And now you might think, do we again write if? No. As we have just from previous example, we have seen if or else. But we also have another keyword, else if, which is basically like the same. Oh, okay. Else if in different programming language, it's elif. Yep. In Python, it's elif. Combination of else if. Else if temperature is less than 0. Yeah, less than 0, then it's pretty simple. We just type solid, and here we should add else condition. Otherwise, our water is in gas state. Okay, now let's just run this. Ignore these warnings. Liquid. Let me just yeah. So our answer is liquid. So let me just change the temperature to, let's say, -20. What should we get? Yep. So our water is in solid state. And what about 120? We should go to else block, and yep, we get gas. Perfect. So yeah, that's pretty much it for if else. Hope you enjoy. Hit the like button, subscribe, and see you. Bye bye.